just a bit outside.
And welcome to another episode of Just a Bit Outside. I'm your host, Steve Ely, and along with me, as always, my co-host, Wes Cook.
Today is the day.
It is today, sir.
The day we've been waiting for 11 years at this point.
I know.
College football is back on your Xbox and your PlayStation.
It is. It is.
It's downloaded on my box already.
I know. We were watching a little bit of it earlier.
Yeah, we just fired it up just to take a look at it. It started downloading right around 4 o'clock, and it's been downloaded for a while at this point. That AT&T fiber had it downloaded real fast.
I can't wait.
I'm very excited to fire it up and give a game a go here. Maybe we do a little head-to-head right after the show. Just
Maybe.
Knock some of the rust off.
I got a lot of rust, bro.
Just gotta get used to it again, But man, what a day. A day. 11 years in the making.
I'm excited. I'm super excited. Mike, I'm probably not going to leave my house at all this weekend.
Firing it up and just looking at it, you're like, oh, this is everything I've wanted.
It's everything we've been waiting on for years.
Yes, sir.
It's the only reason I still have an Xbox 360 sitting at my house is from 14.
Yep, that's the reason. That's the reason I had it. I finally got to unhook mine and store it away.
Yep. New stuff is here.
Yes.
Who's going to be your dynasty team?
I think I'm going to be Myrtle Beach U.
I like it.
Go with the what are they?
Chanticleers or whatever.
From Coastal Carolina. Chanticleers. That's right.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I'm going to fire through some teams and see what I like before we start the dynasty up. Of course, like I mentioned earlier, we got to knock some rust off. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Get used to these sticks. Get used to the controls. Once again, it's been a while, man.
Yeah, I got to get really used to it again because, I'm a PlayStation head. And so,
Slame.
Going
Xbox fan.
Yeah, man, I've been PlayStation since PS1, bro. The only reason I had that one Xbox is my stepson.
Fair enough.
Or my ex-stepson, anyway.
Yeah, I got you. Fair enough. But yeah, man, I'm super excited to dive in. Usually running back when I start my road to glory at first. Get used to the run controls and just kind of, figure it all out from the aspect of holding on to the ball. Then, once I finish that career, then I'll dive back in and be a quarterback.
I always do the quarterback first.
I go running back first. Gotta get used to that. Because I run the hell out of a football in my games anyway. My dynasty's going to be run heavy.
I run the ball. I try to mix it up. I try to stay 50-50.
Yeah,
I try to stay balanced.
I try, but I get real heavy on the run, chewing clock. But when I got a team I could easily beat, I will air it out and get that 600-yard pass.
Well, there's a lot of it. It's also how the game plays out too.
Well, no, yeah, it depends on if you start trailing kind of early and you got to play catch up, then of course your whole game plan changes.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, even with the run game, you end up you play that scrub team and you break one for 75 on play number 2, you're like, oh, this is going to be a bad game for you, sir, because I am going to just run it down your throat at this point.
Well, I like doing that, but I like to balance the stats too. If I got a 100-yard rusher before halftime, it's ooh, I'm going to throw the ball a little bit more in the second half. Let's balance this thing out.
On college, I will actually rotate my players a little more. Like if I've got a guy that's playing,
yeah.
if I have the 100-yard rusher, I will put in his backup. And I'll run with him for a little bit. That way you're keeping them balanced as you're progressing.
Yeah, and apparently this version has wear and tear on the body that you gotta maintain and pay attention to. If you're running the hell out of the running back 30 touches a game, yeah, you might want to pull back a little bit. So I'm going to need a running back by committee apparently.
Yeah. What's the kid's name from Oklahoma State? Ollie.
Yeah.
The one that old Gundy is going to run 50 times his first game for getting a Dewey.
Yeah, he's proud of him apparently.
I think it's great. I like Gundy. Just his sound bites are wonderful.
The kid made a mistake. I get it, but when you do that, you're putting other lives at risk. And I'm not a fan of him supporting the DUI because that's basically what he did.
The whole what he did is not something I haven't done probably 1,000 times. Line was ooh.
It's like I get it. You probably have. All of us have.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I know I have. It's not
100%. No, I have.
But you're not supposed to come out and say it.
Yeah, especially as the head coach of a major football program,
a Power 4 program.
Yeah,
no sir. Oh, speaking of, they had the Pac-12 on that college football that you so eloquently pointed out.
I love it.
A whole 2 teams in the Pac-12.
I like it. We should just start rebuilding the Pac-12. That's what I might do. Just rebuild it.
Well, you got to get one of those jobs first. We start.
No.
Start from the bottom.
You want to get that Pac-12 invite.
Ooh, that's interesting. None of the Montana teams are in this game, though.
No.
I guess I'll have to be the Vandals and get invited.
No, you gotta be like.
I wonder if your stadium can get bigger.
Can be like San Jose or San Diego State.
No, I know what you're saying. With the San Diego State, at least you got a big ass stadium already.
Hawaii.
I'm just thinking from the standpoint of like if you take an Idaho, which have seen the small little dome that they play in.
Yeah.
Like if you are playing at a level that allows for you to get into the Pac-12, can you build the stadium to be bigger?
I don't know if you can upgrade. That part I don't know.
Man, that's interesting. I wonder if there's upgrades available when you move conferences and such.
That'd be pretty sweet.
That would be sweet.
Pretty sweet.
Well, hopes and dreams for the next version if it ain't in this one.
Right?
All right, let's go ahead and put a want list together for next year.
My whole thing is like, how long is it going to take for the servers to collapse?
Oh, tonight they're going to crash hard. They're going to crash.
Not going to surprise me. I don't know, man. They've had 11 years to be working on this.
That's a good point. They should have the capacity on the server for the amount of traffic that they know is coming.
Well, how long have the pre-sales been on sale?
I got to go back and look. I got mine the first day it was available, just so I knew I had it.
It's
to go.
2 months?
At least, if not more.
Yeah.
So they've had to been able to gauge it from who's got all the, pre-orders and whatnot. So that's a good indication. I don't know if you could pre-order an actual disc. I don't know if it's only a download only thing or if they actually have a disc for this. Yeah.
I've been loving all the Instagram reels where it's, I know you bought the package, but it's the whole, we'll give you Madden with this. No, I don't
care.
Don't think so.
Care. No. Mine just came with it because of the
you won that
the pre-order and 3 days early kind of stuff. Yeah. Get a head start on all the 12-year-olds. They're gonna whoop my ass online.
Yeah. Yep. That's probably gonna happen.
Those kids are gonna pick up sticks and just murder me.
It's gonna be little Johnny from down the street telling you to suck his balls as he's beating you 85-3.
I don't think I'll get embarrassed that bad.
You say that, but there's those kids out there, every time you throw a pass, they intercept it.
Luckily, I've not been on that side of it before, where a kid has just whooped my ass and talked shit to me the entire time. Now, that happened like in my Call of Duty days.
Yeah, I don't play Call of Duties.
I did a long time ago. It's been a while. Really, I haven't played much video games in the longest period of time. Like, this is the only reason this box is getting fired up again.
My when I was married, my stepson used to want to play football with me. I'm like, yeah, I'll play with you. I would smoke him so bad.
Yeah.
But he was that kid that went for it on fourth down every time. And I'm just like, that's why you're getting smoked, bro.
Yeah, you got to learn to punt, man.
You're giving me the ball on the 30-yard line. I'm going to score.
Exactly.
Whether
it's at least three. It's at least three every time. Yeah. And that's so smart.
And it's bad when you're beating LSU with North Carolina.
Right.
And I mean smoking them.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that, though. I mean, you got to live and learn in those moments.
I tried to tell him,
you got to be brought up the hard way when it comes to video games.
He's sitting there trying to throw the ball deep every time. I'm like, man, I'm just going to stand. I'm going to stand my dime. I'm going to drop I'm going to play like a 4 quarters and just drop back.
Yeah, if they're not running the football, so easy to cover.
I used to do a lot of offense with that kind of like tight end in the flat route.
Yeah.
Love that route. Love it.
It's a good, easy dump off play.
Dude,
that works the majority of the time.
It's 5 to 7 yards every time.
Mm-hmm.
5 to 7 yards. It's one of those clock killers, too.
Oh, yeah.
Are they going to actually put the 2-minute warning in the college going into that this year?
I would imagine they would.
I would hope
everything else seems so realistic and so modern about the game already.
I'm cool with the 2-minute warning. I would like to see college get away with that. Time stops at every first down.
Yeah, it does make the game take a little bit longer, but there's a hell of a lot more substitutions in college football.
Well, it's not that it lasts a lot longer. It's the fact that, like, okay, we don't really have to run up to the line of scrimmage. We don't have to hurry.
You're not making that quick transition and getting that play in quickly. Because, I mean, that's one of the biggest adjustments a lot of players say is getting in and how much faster the game is, not necessarily just from the standpoint of a player, but the standpoint of how quickly you go from play to play to play.
Yeah, but if I was a coach in college, because a lot of NFL teams, yes, there's some that still hold up, but a lot of them are making the play call at the line of scrimmage now.
Well, yeah, I mean,
it's like, hey, we'll huddle up now. We're going to run our next 5 plays from the line.
Exactly.
And then you only really get the substitute defense when offense substitutes. You have to give them the opportunity.
Well, if you sub, then the defense gets to sub.
But I don't know. I'm just ready. I'm ready. We'll be throwing down next weekend.
It's a good day, man. It is an absolute good day for all. I mean, so many generations of football players. Video game football players.
I like the fact that it's going to be the real guys.
No, yeah, we don't have
real players.
We don't have to wait for rosters to come in where someone's edited each person and before you start anything, it's ready to go.
It is ready to go.
It's huge, so big, man. I'm so excited about it. I just can't wait. It's
going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. I'll give North Carolina a little bit of a run. I'm like you. I'll end up probably having 2 or 3 dynasties like rolling at once.
Yeah, I probably have just one rolling, and then I'll switch back when I get bored sometimes.
No, I always usually have 2 or 3 because what I have going on
I'll have the Road to Glory's going like crazy though.
I'll have probably mine and your online one that we'll do.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have my own.
Right, and I have those.
I'll have like a Road to Glory. And then I have one. I usually do one where I am simulating everything, where I don't do any play. I just recruit,
coach,
set up playbook, coach, do that kind of stuff. Because I kind of like that aspect. I liked it a lot better in the early days of Madden when you could control, which you still can, like ticket prices and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh shit, man, I'm not selling out. Let's drop ticket prices a little bit.
Yeah, that there was a whole different level to Madden at that time.
Oh yeah.
They did that with NBA for a little bit too. I just felt like sometimes it just got to be a little too much. I get it. There's some people that like the aspect of that, but I'm like, what was it? NBA 2K back 2K22, I think, is where where you started building a personal brand with your player.
Yeah.
And it's so much more they want you to do because it's all about fashion and music and all this other crap. And it's like, man, I don't know. Let's do something. I get that you're trying to expand what the game is all about, but I'm like,
well, I can
you
see
gotta stick
NBA.
with
It's a little more. I could see where they would have like more of the personal brand and this and that because, unfortunately, that's the way the NBA is going.
But there's 82 games you play in a season. I don't need all these little tasks, and I got to run over this gigantic town to get everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, it's a little much. Like, let me play my games, do my practices, get my player better, and that's all I want to do.
Well,
I don't need all this other stuff.
I like the Madden concept. Like I said, I usually simulate. I also like the where you can go into like full like coach mode, where you call the games and the game will sit there and run what you're calling.
Yeah, and you're watching it take place, and you're critiquing your calls based upon the defense you're looking at. That's always fun.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like that kind of stuff.
That you can do. I can get that. I can get behind that.
We just can't be betting on it.
I don't know, man.
It's out there.
If I start betting on
it's out there.
Video games, like that's when you need to go ahead and call Gamblers Anonymous for your boy.
Right on. Right.
Just be like, Wes, you have a problem.
I am with you.
This is a big time problem, Wes.
Yeah. That's when you send it to me over betting on like the women's tournament last year, and you're like, "What are you betting on?" I'm like, "I'm winning money."
I mean, I get it, but it's rough.
Women was a lot easier than betting on the men's. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. Well, speaking of betting, I didn't hold true to not betting until after the All-Star break. I dabbled, and I won.
You did win.
I came back and hit a 4-legger. It felt good, man. Yeah. I needed that one under my belt to be like, oh, I still got it. I can do this.
I may do some betting closer to like playoff time.
Yeah.
I might be done with baseball. It's pissing me off.
Well, you don't want to bet on the home run derby tonight?
Fuck no.
Look, I mean, Alec Bohm out here, Bohm's getting some cuts in right now.
I'm gonna bet on Pete Alonso.
Of course you would. It's the only thing he's gonna win in a Mets uniform. He's done it twice already, so.
Well, the thing about it is, the joke was they asked him if he would compete in the home run derby, and he said that he didn't want to compete unless he was on the team too.
Oh.
And I'm like, come on, Pete.
Well, that's the thing. The rule for All-Star game now is every team has to have a representative on the team. So
there were other guys that were more deserving of it than him.
You think?
Yeah.
Who?
Oh, man. You know I'm terrible with names.
Exactly.
I mean, Alonso ain't been great, bro. I still think they should have traded him.
I mean, you still have time.
Couple of days.
Yeah.
What, 2 weeks?
It'll heat up. Speaking of the home run derby, Pete Alonso, of course, a 2-time reigning champion of this thing, is back in it.
Mm-hmm.
A first-time participant is Alec Bohm from the Phillies. I'm interested to see how he does. He has 11 homers on the year. I mean, he's hit one as far as 446 feet before.
He's got 11 home runs so far this season.
Mm-hmm. He has the least amount of home runs out of any participant this year. I think he can do okay because I mean the home run derby is different. It's taking batting practice.
No, I know it is,
and so it's a little bit different than hitting in a live game for sure. So, he would be only the second third baseman to ever win this event. Todd Frazier won it in 2015.
Where's all the big names? How come?
Well, you have Garcia from the Rangers is batting in this thing. Yeah, I mean, of course, we already talked about Pete Alonso.
Yeah.
And Garcia's big, dude.
I'm assuming Judge is injured or something. Why is he not in here?
I think one of my favorite people in this is Gunnar Henderson.
Yeah,
that he'll be interesting to watch.
Yeah, they had who was the kid that represented them last year? Was it their catcher?
I'm not sure.
Like he did a pretty good job last year.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the home run derby. It's never as good as it was during the steroid era, though.
Well, of course not. But it is It's still fun to watch. You have Teoscar Hernandez from the Dodgers. He'll be hitting in this. His average home run distance this year is 395 feet.
Yeah, I don't know. Jose Ramirez from the Guardians.
Then you have the wife beater in Marcell Ozuna.
Yeah.
From the Braves. So
where's Ohtani at? Why isn't Ohtani in this thing?
I don't know.
Like, where are the big guys? Where's the Judge? Where's Ohtani? Where's
Ozuna's a big guy?
No, I get it. He is.
You have Jose Ramirez from Cleveland, who's been very impressive this year. He's a switch hitter, I think. So that'd be interesting to see if he takes cuts.
Right or left?
On both sides of the plate. And Bobby Witt Jr. is your last participant in this thing. He is the most power, I think, in this derby. So his average home run distance is 418 feet, which is the highest of any hitter in the derby. But I'm with you on this. Where are the big bats?
Where are the guys who get paid to hit home runs?
Right.
I mean, I know Bryce was hurt.
No Bryce Harper. I mean, he's playing in the All-Star game. But you don't have a Kyle Schwarber in here.
Nope.
You don't have Aaron Judge.
Nope.
No Shohei.
Nope.
Where are these guys?
These are guys I want to see it.
Right. I want to see a Mike Trout in here. Of course, he's hurt.
Yeah.
But Mike Trout would be fun to watch.
It's just I want to see the guys that are getting paid to do it. You know what I mean? That's what the Yankees are paying Aaron Judge for. Go out there and hit home runs, sir.
Yeah.
Go hit him. Go blast him.
Swing for the fences every time you're up.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I mean, Pete Alonso's interesting. He's a big bat.
We'll see how it goes. We'll see. We will see.
So let's say, because when you're talking about it, you do have two of the top 5 home run leaders in this thing. So Gunnar Henderson, of course, and you have Marcell Ozuna.
Yep.
But your two leaders in the whole league, of course, are not participating in it.
No, they're not. Back in the day, it was always the home run guys. It was always Bonds or Sosa, McGuire. It was the guys that were jacking them that were in it. But I mean, you and I have had plenty of talk about this. Those guys saved baseball.
They did. I mean, by doing the steroids, it's what
baseball knew.
They needed it though.
Because
you've lost so much of your fan base from that strike. They needed something to kickstart it back, and then the home run competitions between Bonds, McGuire, Sosa.
Yeah,
those are what brought people back in. And you had a lot of people that were watching Judge when he was going for he had 62 a couple years back.
Yeah.
He's on a good pace right now. He's got 34.
My brother's like, oh, he should be the true home run king. I'm like, get out of here, bro.
No.
Get out of here.
Does it help with your power? Sure. Steroids definitely help with the power. But the hand-eye coordination,
no, bro.
Putting the barrel to the damn ball. Man,
I saw
it takes a hell of a lot of skill to put it right in the right place to be able to get it.
I saw a stat this week that, we're talking about steroids a little bit, about Barry Bonds. You can take all of Barry Bonds' MVP seasons from his stats. He would still be the only player in baseball history with 450 home runs and 300 stolen bases.
It's impressive.
Crazy. But, we've talked about that, too. He was an MVP guy. He was a Hall of Famer before the steroids.
HGH and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But, you go back and look at his rookie card.
Oh, he was thin, bro.
And look at him at the end of his career. You're like, that is not natural.
No, sir.
That growth does not happen just from the weight room.
No.
It's almost like he got taller and everything.
Yeah, but dude, did you see his head?
Oh yeah, it's gigantic.
I'm like, how's your head get fatter?
Just all around bigger, everything. except probably where everybody wants it to be bigger. Because that is a side effect.
That is a side effect. It'll pump you full of testosterone, but your weenie's going to get smaller.
Yep.
Which seems kind of odd.
Right, everything else grows but it?
Yeah.
What kind of bullshit is this?
Bro, and if that grew too, every dude out there would be on steroids.
Everybody.
Every dude out there would be.
All roid rage. Always roid raging.
Oh, God, yeah.
It'd be like caveman times.
Yep.
Oh, pull woman to me.
What do you mean your handwriting's better?
Yeah, it's something as simple as that pisses him off.
My mailman didn't put my flag all the way down.
Go whoop the mailman's ass next time he shows up.
Lord. Anyway.
So All-Star break, of course, for baseball.
Oh, by the way, I was right about the Paul Skeens being the starter.
You were? I mean, I think that came from the hype behind him, right? Yeah.
Bro's legit.
He is. I'm not taking anything away from him. I'm just saying when it comes to All-Star.
And he's stuck in Pittsburgh hell.
Well, yeah. But being a starter, don't you think it should be someone that started the year in the league?
I kind of see your point.
Pitched.
I see your point.
Pitched half a season already. Like, he came in late, and then granted he was pitching in the minors. I get it. But the big leagues, I mean, you gotta give the start to a guy that has, been doing it from the start, since March, right? That's my opinion. And we know everybody gets like 2 innings anyway. It's not it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, he shouldn't come in. He's going to pitch to the big bats on the American League side.
Yeah, so he'll see Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
He'll see
let's see.
I just said his name and I'm forgetting it already.
Oh, it's Adley Rashman.
He'll see Gunnar Henderson.
Last name. Vlad Guerrero.
Yes. Yeah, so he'll see some big bats. That's a guy you want to see. Vlad is a guy you'd want to see in the home run derby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got his dad's exact same freaking.
Like Boba shit. That would be dope. I mean, those are the guys that need to be participating.
Yeah.
I want to see big bats.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
I'm with you all day on it. Just watching Vlad like stand at the plate though, like it's his dad all over again.
Oh, no,
with that crazy bat waggles.
Swing.
Yes, man. Yes. Like it's awesome.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
All-Star festivities are starting off with the home run derby here shortly. We'll move forward since there's not, really much to talk about. Euros just wrapped up. So did COPA yesterday. Spain took it 2-1 from England. And honestly, the game was close score-wise, but really Spain dominated possession, which is a common thing they do anyway. They are very much a possession team, and just the art that they have setting up opportunities is impressive. And it kind of plays with the England style, which is, get them out on the break and in transition. So, you make that stop in the backfield, and then you just try to run up the field as quickly as possible and create your opportunity on the counterattack. So it allowed for the game to be interesting, especially after it got tied 1-1. And then in the 85th minute, I mean, it was by the skin of the dude's teeth. He wasn't offsides.
Was it one of those they could have called in and it wouldn't have mattered? You'd agreed with it?
Well, you have VAR, so it's really hard to say that it should have or should not have been, because with the video assistance, what is doing is gives you a clear-cut look if the guy's onside or off, and he was on. I mean, he was on. It's a good goal. It's a good run he made to the ball. It's just unfortunate for England once again. All the hopes and dreams in the world for these guys and so much talent on that team. They're just not as cohesive as that Spanish team was, and they didn't have it yesterday. And when you have a striker like Harry Kane, and he just didn't look himself out there at all. It's very, very strange, I guess, but that's kind of that's the way the game goes sometimes. I'd like to see England finally pull through and get it, but it was just not their day yesterday. Let's put it that way.
No, it wasn't.
And then in the Copa final, that thing went the distance in extra time, and Argentina got a win. Messi destroyed his ankle yesterday. I don't know if you got to see.
I saw the picture.
You saw a picture of
that thing was huge.
Dude, it was nasty. And if you saw the play that actually, where he did it, and I put his foot just kind of planted right there in the turf, and just, it looked nasty.
Was it natural turf?
I'm not 100% positive.
With a turf. Because he didn't usually like to play on.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was just curious.
I'm not sure.
It was at the Hard Rock, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
I would assume that's natural.
Yeah, I think that's a natural turf. Anyways, Argentina still, takes home Copa, which it was an excellent game. It went it went the distance for sure. Sans the PKs.
Yeah,
So now we're looking at transfer window is now going to be super active all over Europe. So basically, you look at it as free agency and trades, and you get this twice a year over there. You get them in the summertime, and you get the winter transfer. Winter transfer is not nearly as active as the summer transfer because, of course, the season's over. So big things happen, contracts expire, loans are up, things like that. So it's completely different from the way we're used to it in American sports.
That is an ugly hat.
Alonso's up.
That is an ugly hat.
Well, it's red, white, and blue.
It's not red, white, and blue.
Yes, it is. Except he has the ugly-ass orange Mets logo on there.
I don't like that hat at all, sir. Not a big fan of it.
The blue ones look better than the blue and white, like those white ones, though. I like the blue ones a little bit more. But neither here nor there. They'll get it going. See, that navy blue one?
Yeah, the Braves one? The Braves one look good.
That one looks a little bit better in my opinion.
Yeah. I don't know. I saw something about today that somebody, is it the Marlins? I think it's the Marlins. Was going to do like a SpongeBob uniform against I think it is the Marlins. Dude, this thing is ugly, bro.
Wouldn't surprise me. Miami will do some funky stuff. They'll get some 80s retro colors going on with like that neon pink and green. And some of those look good. And some of them you're just like, y'all messed this up. This is not what y'all should have done here.
Dude, it is I mean, it may not have been real, but it was God-forsaken ugly. Oh, there it is right there. It is. Ugh. Ugh.
I do not care that much.
You got to see it, though. It is awful.
All right, I'm going to Google it.
It is awful, my friend.
Jersey. Okay, yeah, that is ugly.
That is terrible.
Because they're having a SpongeBob SquarePants Day on August 11th.
Playing the Padres.
Ooh,
Like, that is just, ugh.
Is this
Yeah.
really what they came up with, though?
That's what they came up with, bro.
The yellow and the teal, and then the pants look like his
Shorts? Yeah.
Even has the tie and everything, but it's around their waist. I guess it's around his waist too, but I don't know. That just seems weird to me.
It is. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I
bro.
wonder how many people actually buy that jersey.
Ugh. Looks terrible, bro.
Yeah, not me. Not me. All right. Well, at the break, the Orioles have a 1-game lead in the American League East over the Yankees. Red Sox are 4.5 back, but it's still anybody's division, even down to the Blue Jays. They're only 14 games back. And I say that in comparison when you look at the AL Central. The Guardians lead by 4.5 games over the Minnesota Twins. You have the Royals that are 7 games out, and it does not look good for the Tigers, but definitely does not look good for the White Sox.
No, it does not.
The White Sox are 32.5 games back in first place.
They would have to win out to even think about a playoff spot.
Yep, that's going to be a tough one for the Chicago White Sox there. Their run differential is minus 177. They're on a 4-game skid going into the break as well.
Ugh.
Yeah, not much hope for them there. The AL West is a lot more competitive. You have the Mariners with a 1-game lead over the Astros and only a 5-game spot on the Rangers. Angels are still within it with a 10-game spot difference. And even the Athletics, 15 games back is a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not going to happen, but it's a lot more reasonable than 32.5.
they are pretty much done.
Yes, sir.
They're done.
On their way to Vegas.
On their way to Sacramento.
Well, yeah.
On their way to Vegas by way of Sacramento.
Correct.
Ugh.
So the NL East still led by your MLB best Philadelphia Phillies. They have an 8.5 game lead on the Braves, and a 12.5 game spot on the Mets, 18.5 on the Nationals, and a whopping 29 games on the Marlins.
Look at the Mets. Whopping 3 games above 500.
They are on a 7-3 in their last 10 right now, moving in the right direction.
They've been rocking since Grimace.
They have been rocking since Grimace. I'll give them that. They are a different ball club right now, for sure.
They still need to be sellers, bro.
Maybe. They have a shot at the wild card, though. Actually, they're firmly in the midst of wild card play. I think they hold the second wild card spot right now.
Let's see.
They're tied for the second wild card spot with the Cardinals.
Yeah, I show them 1 game back.
Half a game back.
Yeah.
Half a game back. Because the Cardinals do have 1 more win, but they have the same number in the loss column. Speaking of the Central, Brewers have a 4.5 game lead on those Cardinals. The Pirates are 6.5 back at 500, surprisingly. Pirates, a little bit different ball club than what they normally
fielding?
usually are. The Reds have increased their run differential week over week. They're at plus 38.
That's crazy. 3 games under 500 and plus 38.
It's crazy.
But you got St. Louis, who is 4 games over 500 at minus 38.
Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? So you should swap the two, basically.
Yeah, you would think.
Right.
But that whole division is kind of kooky.
It is. It's very.
I mean, the Cubs are only 8.5 games out.
Right. And they're only 4 games under 500.
Yeah.
And they're 7-3 in their last 10. So they're playing good ball.
Pirates 7-3 in their last 10.
Yep. And the AL West, the Dodgers have been skidding. 3-7 in the last 10. But they do still hold a 7-game lead on the Diamondbacks and the Padres. And then you have the Giants only 9 back, and the Rockies are basically out of contention at 22.
Their history with their minus 169 run differential.
Between them, the Marlins, and the White Sox, that's going to be a fun ride to the end of the season to see where they end up in run differential.
Sad part is I could bet on all 3 of them to lose, and they would all 3 win.
Maybe just bet them all to win one time.
No, and then that's when they just get smoked. That's the problem. Like, I
mean, technically, the Marlins won their last game. The Rockies won their last game. But you would have lost that three-legger because the White Sox lost their last game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You just can't. Like, they're all like, I've done it. I've had parlays where I've picked the White Sox, the Marlins, and the Rockies all to lose, and one of them wins. I've had days where I picked the Phillies, the Dodgers, and the Braves to all win, and all three have lost.
I mean, it's rough going out there sometimes.
Yeah, it's super rough. That's why I'm this close to not betting till football.
Just gotta get the right one at the right time, man.
You know me. I'll say this. I'm definitely not. I'm still on the break, bro. I'm still on the break. I'll find something to bet on.
You're a better man than me.
I have the ability to say I have lost too much. And it irks me. But anyway, what else you want to talk about?
Well, we went ahead and scheduled our fantasy football draft that will be taking place on the 24th of August. So just a little over a month.
I sent you a video today, buddy. I don't know if you've seen it. Speaking of football, I am like impressed. Let me make sure I sent it to you. I know I watched it several times because it was insane.
What video was this?
Nick Chubb.
Working out?
Yes. You should watch it. It's only about 5 seconds long. It's him doing a squat.
Hey, man, that's what I want to see from that guy. I want to know for sure if that knee's good or not. Squat's a good start. Wow. Let's see. 8 months after surgery. How many plates is that on each side? 1, 2.
Just look at the bar.
Well, he's got 6 plates on each side. And the bar itself, man, that's wild. Ooh. He's ready to get back at it then. That's quite impressive.
I did not think he was coming back, bro. He must have been talking to Frank Gore.
So what was that? 585 pounds. He's squatting. And he did what, like in that short clip, he did 2 reps, 3 reps?
Yeah. And he was still going. It wasn't like he was stopping.
No, I get it. I mean, that's like watching Saquon Barkley do it. So
you're like, oh my God, dude.
That's a friggin' beast right there.
I mean, when that injury happened, like our fantasy football group chat was like, oh, did you see this? And then just threw it out there. And just
that's the second one he's had like that.
I know.
That guy's had awful luck when it comes to the ACL.
Dude, I'm telling you, him and Frank Gore have something going on.
They may be. That's the guy to talk to.
Absolutely. I guarantee it's the same freaking doctor. I would. That's the doctor I'd want doing my knee surgery.
Yeah. I mean, look how long Frank Gore played.
20 years.
Yeah.
How many knee surgeries does he have?
At least 4.
I remember growing up, he had a knee injury like
that, your career was over.
You were done.
Yeah.
You were done.
Not playing again. Now look at him.
Well, look at Marshawn Lattimore. Not Marshawn Lattimore. It was last name was Lattimore. The kid from South Carolina.
Yeah, that was Marshawn Lattimore.
Was his name Marshawn?
I think so.
I thought Marshawn Lattimore was the corner or the safety for the Saints.
Marcus Lattimore.
There we go. His knee injury was brutal. I watched that. I was watching that game live.
Was it Marcus Lattimore? Yeah, I think so.
That was
yeah, it was had to be.
That was going to be the first running back taken in that year's draft.
Oh yeah, he was a beast.
I mean, he still ended up with the knee. Still was a 3rd round pick.
Right. Well, I mean, you had to give him a shot.
Harbaugh did it. But, I mean, yeah, because you saw what he was doing to SEC defenses.
I know.
Smoking them fools at South Carolina.
He's crazy.
Ooh.
He's good, dude. He was good. But yeah, back to fantasy football. Where do you think a guy like Nick Chubb, who's traditionally in the first round, where does a guy like him end up, and do you take a waiver on him?
If Nick Chubb is still sitting in the third round, I would fly on him.
Yeah.
All day long. I don't think he will be.
No, in our league. Well, maybe he will be because everybody likes to take quarterbacks in the first 2 rounds.
I am I'm almost positive Nick Chubb is still in the top 10 for running backs.
I talked to Bob today, and Bob said he ran a mock draft just to kind of get his feet wet in it. Didn't say anything really crazy, though. But that would have been a good question for him.
Actually, no,
So
I'm looking right
I haven't
now.
run a mock yet. I need to probably go ahead and grab one, get one under my belt just to see where I'm at.
Ooh. Nick Chubb is 37th in running backs.
In running backs?
In running backs.
That's interesting.
They're projecting him for 183 carries, almost 900 yards, 6 touchdowns. They got him right behind Blake Corum.
I mean, he's still going to be listed as the number 1 running back on that depth chart, right?
I would think so. I'm not seeing their other guy in front of it. Ford?
Jerome Ford. I mean, who filled in fine. And Deontay Foreman's there now.
Ford is 40th.
Okay. So, basically he's either a quick handcuff or he's, I guess, an insurance policy. I mean, it just depends on how quickly those guys are being picked up. But that lets you know that people aren't 100% behind the guy, especially if he's 37th. Out of 37 total running backs?
Out of the running backs, he has 37.
37 out of running backs.
Yeah.
That seems a little bit ridiculous in my opinion.
I'll tell you the one that seems the most ridiculous to me is they have Isaiah Pacheco ahead of Derrick Henry. Henry is 9th in running backs.
That guy's going to have a hell of a year.
ESPN's top 10 running backs.
If I'm picking at the end of the first and it's snaking back to me early in the second and Derrick Henry is there,
I'm taking him.
Yeah, you better believe I'm going hard on Derrick Henry.
Top 10 running backs according to ESPN Fantasy Football. Of course, McCaffrey's 1.
Mm-hmm.
Breece Hall is 2. Bijan Robinson is 3. Jonathan Taylor's 4. Saquon 5.
That's high.
Jahmyr Gibbs 6. Kyron Williams 7. Pacheco 8. Henry 9. Travis Etienne 10.
Etienne at 10.
I like Joe Mixon as the 11th.
It's not a bad move, especially for a Houston offense that's going to be
very explosive on the outside.
I agree.
I think a running back there could very easily do 1,000 yards.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see the closer we get to our draft day how much these ratings really change and the average draft position of these guys, fluctuate. Because even for like a casual football fan, right? The guy that just plays, basically our Jake, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see a Nick Chubb and you know the name. And he's sitting there so late, and you're like, wow, I'm going to go ahead and take him now.
I'm sure ESPN does PPR, right? Let's change it to a non-PPR and see what the ratings are. That's going to change things a little bit.
Yes, for all those that don't know, we have a strict no PPR policy. thanks to the co-commish, Bob.
Yeah.
He's not a
Essentially,
fan.
according to ESPN's top 10, top 3 picks are running backs, and then there's a slew of wide receivers. It is 5 in a row with Lamb, Hill, Chase, Jefferson, and St. Brown.
So Jefferson's going to fall off because of the quarterback play. That makes sense. Right?
He's either going to fall off or he is going to make McCarthy a star. But at the same time, let's talk that McCarthy's not even going to start.
Well, it's not even that. It's just the fact of the rapport that he had with Kirk Cousins.
Absolutely. I agree with you on that.
He's gonna fall off production wise.
Oh, yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
You can't convince me otherwise.
Yeah.
Is he still going to be a stud? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he's going to be a stud.
But they have him ranked as a 7th player.
Right.
St. Brown is the 8th. Then in Jonathan Taylor, Kyron Williams, Saquon is 11. A.J. Brown at 12. Garrett Wilson at 13. Puka Nacua at 14. I could get Jahmyr Gibbs again in the 2nd round.
Knowing how our league goes, there's a strong likelihood of that.
I like it. You get Travis Etienne. According to this, Derrick Henry, 22nd. Late 2nd round.
Yeah, so I was talking to Bob again today, and I was like, if I almost want to pick in like the top 3 so I can get a guaranteed like first rounder that does something.
No, you wouldn't.
Dude.
They'd get hurt.
They probably would.
They'd get hurt.
I have a Madden jinx on my team. If I select you in the first round, you're going to be awful.
You're going to either play very limited or you're going to get hurt in game 1.
Yeah, Bijan did me no favors last year.
That was coaching, bro.
Oh, I know.
100% coaching. I love Bijan at 3 this year.
I wanted to
love him at 3.
I wanted to smack Smith's fucking mustache right off his face.
I like Bijan at 3. I like London wherever he's at. I like Kyle Pitts this year.
I mean, yeah, you're gonna. You have to. You've got to like anybody that's going to be paired up with Kirk Cousins.
Those guys are actually going to play with a quarterback.
They are.
And I like it a lot. Now, guys,
it's going to be interesting.
I'm going to go from Detroit to Atlanta this year. Wait and see.
So I'm looking at the fantasy football calculators rankings. Non-PPR, of course, standard league.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey is going to be your number 1 overall.
Yeah, he's consensus.
Everywhere. I mean, that makes sense. And he's played 2 full seasons back-to-back. So leads me to believe this guy's not as fragile as he used to be. Tyreek Hill at 2, CeeDee Lamb at 3. Breece Hall at 4.
I don't know about Breece Hall at 4.
That's super high to me. That's saying he is the 2nd best running back on the board. I look at this guy and I'm like,
I'm not buying it, bro.
My number 2 running back. I'd like him as a number 2. Because really, his value is all based upon how well Rodgers plays and if he can stay healthy. Because there's really not going to be a whole lot of value behind him if you're going to the backup there in New York.
Yeah, I'm at where you at? You at whose rankings are you looking at?
Fantasy football calculator.
Yeah, I am at Yahoo Sports, where
I never trust Yahoo's rankings. I hate them so much.
They've got the same one. They got McCaffrey, Lamb, Hill, Hall.
Lamb and then Hill and then Hall.
And then they've got Chase, Robinson, Jefferson, St. Brown, A.J. Brown, Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, I'm seeing A.J. Brown kind of high. That's about right. You're seeing Brown and Barkley right off the board back to back. And for all those Eagles fans that like to stack their team with their favorite players, it's not good for them.
No.
You're going to only get one of those two. Probably.
You're only getting one of them, bro.
Yep. And then Justin Jefferson, who was the consensus number 1 last year, all the way down to 12.
12, I don't think that's a terrible place to draft him.
No, because the risk reward thing is there still.
Yeah.
Like his floor is still high.
First quarterback off the board, according to Yahoo.
Patrick Mahomes.
Josh Allen.
Really? No, he's the second one off the board according to Fantasy Football Calculator.
I'm guessing Mahomes is number 1.
Yep.
Who's he throwing the ball to?
No, I mean, I've always said that.
Yeah, but I mean, Rice ain't playing.
No.
They're talking about a significant suspension for him. So
we know it. We talked
8
about
to
it
10
last
games.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be a rough one.
Yeah. And everything I've seen about the kid from Texas has not looked good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, getting hit square in the hands and dropping everything. Well, I mean, we know Kelsey's going to be Kelsey.
Yeah. But even Kelsey's fallen off this board.
Now Kelsey's 29th by this.
Right. But, I mean, he was going in the early first round last year.
Well, that was crazy talk.
But, I mean, even in the rankings, the ADP for him last year was first round. So.
I don't know. Let's see. Nothing really, I'm trying to see. I think the most crazy thing in this rankings is Marvin Harrison Jr., according to this, is 16th.
Really?
Yeah.
That is very high. Ooh, that's real high.
I like him. If he had a different quarterback, I would probably like him a lot better.
This one has Nico Collins over Stephon Diggs.
I've seen it because he averaged 7 targets a game last year.
Yeah.
They've got a 3-headed monster at wide receiver. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know how you keep Diggs happy in that. Because he already... Stroud looked good with Collins and Dell. To be honest. I mean, they didn't really trade a whole lot to get Diggs, so I get it.
I mean, but here, they've got they have all 3 of Houston's wide receivers off the board before Devontae Adams comes off the board.
That's crazy.
That is really crazy.
That is crazy. I don't know how.
Give me a true number 1 over a guy that's going to split touches with 2 other guys. Period.
Yeah.
Who else you throwing the ball to in Vegas?
I think the problem is who's throwing the ball in Vegas.
What's the big clumsy white dude? O'Connell?
It's going to be O'Connell.
Yeah.
I would almost rather frickin'
I liked watching O'Connell last year, the few games I saw him in those spots. I mean, he's got a big body. He's not super mobile, but, I mean, a guy that could stand in there and take a hit and deliver a ball, he's not awful.
Didn't he play at Iowa?
And not recently.
I mean, he was a rookie last year.
I know, but I mean, we're talking about last year. Iowa. Whew.
I'm just saying, Iowa ain't known for putting quarterbacks anywhere, bro.
No, I know. I get it. I'm just telling you,
they can be tight end you all day long. I don't know. He
has potential is all I'm saying.
I'd rather go with Gardner.
Hey, why not? The guy's a gunslinger.
There is no throw he is afraid to make.
No, he loves it. He's got a lot of Brett Favre in him for sure.
Yep. He just want to get wrapped up in some welfare scandal.
Hopefully not. They don't need any more of those.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, looking at these, it's
just crazy. What about Alvin?
I'll tell you, a good strategy is probably steering clear of Jets players, steering clear of Bears players. Right?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think it's a solid strategy.
I don't think it's terrible.
Well, because, all right, we already know Rodgers is not playing 17 games.
Maybe. Maybe not.
No way he plays 17 games.
Yahoo's got Cooper Kupp at 39. They have Mahomes at 40. He would be the third quarterback.
It's not necessarily bad.
No, it's not.
I don't think I would take him that early. I wouldn't take him very early at all either.
I mean, he's 40, so you're looking at early fourth.
Mm-hmm.
That's about as early as I really like to draft a quarterback. But, he won't be there.
No.
It will not make fourth round.
Too many people like the guy, and they're just going to draft him based upon his name.
Allen, Hurts, Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. None of those guys are going to make it past 3.
Probably not.
I don't know why, but they won't.
It's just the way our league drafts, man. People love that quarterback position early, and they just, I don't know. I'm. If I got the ability to do it, I like to go running back. Then I start looking at wide receivers because you can get good points out of the middle of the road guys at quarterback. I mean, in instance, with this podcast, we are adamant Kirk Cousins supporters.
Dude, you're preaching to the choir, bro.
I know. I said this podcast, we endorse Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. I mean,
for your fantasy football team.
I got where did I get oh God, why am I having a brain fart?
Herbert?
Huh?
No, you didn't get Herbert.
No, I didn't get Herbert. I got Detroit's quarterback.
Oh yeah, you got Jared Goff late.
Late
year.
Like 12th round or something like that.
Yeah, you might as well named your fantasy football team the Detroit Lions.
I should have.
Right.
Hey man, they got me 7th. That's all that mattered.
As long as it wasn't 12th.
I didn't get make the playoffs, but I didn't finish 12th.
Right. That's all I was hoping for. It's not finishing 12th last year.
I didn't realize 7 and 8 got the bye. I was like, oh, when I saw the bye, I was like, oh yeah, I'm good.
You're safe.
I am safe.
You were safe. I had to win one in the losers bracket.
Yeah, and then I think you beat me.
I did.
Because for some reason, I don't know what happened. Something weird happened. They played somebody and they were just shitty that game.
Bijan actually get some touches.
I think it was something dumb. Oh, wow. Just hang on. I just want to see. Let's see where Mr. Cousins is ranked.
I see Brock Purdy at 76 here.
He's 80th by Yahoo.
See Jared Goff at 86. Jordan Love at 88. There's another middle of the road quarterback that's going to get you some points this year.
Jordan Love, I like it.
Yeah, that is definitely one.
Kirk Cousins, 118.
I see Matt Stafford at 112, Trevor Lawrence at 110, Tua at 108. Kyle Pitt is your tight end, or Pitts at 106.
Jared Goff is 92 by Yahoo.
Yeah, I got him 86 here. I'm digging in, looking for
Jaden Daniels.
Kirko change here, but I'm not seeing him anywhere.
Is 100.
Maybe he got left off the list and someone just forgot about him.
Who?
Kirk Cousins on this list. I have not found him yet.
118 is where Yahoo has him.
It goes all the way down to 130. I have not seen Cousins. I'm overlooking him. I have to. There's no way I'm taking Trevor Lawrence over Kirk Cousins. They got golf there.
Want to talk about late bloomers that you could possibly get? Justin Herbert on here is 128.
Yeah, Cousins is not in their top 130 here. That's a little bit wild to me.
I like that. I like that guy being there.
What is that?
Brock Bowers at 132.
Ooh, interesting.
Baker Mayfield at 150, bro.
Let's pull up a non-PPR ADP list.
I could see why Justin Herbert's that far down. Who the hell is he throwing the ball to?
Nobody.
Aaron Rodgers at 129.
Ooh. That's if he stays healthy.
Ooh, his draft percentage is 50%. Trevor Lawrence has a higher draft percentage. That's crazy. TJ Hawkinson, 137.
Bijan's getting a ton of love right here as a top running back.
Dude.
I'd be interested to see if that actually panned out.
So how early does Justin Tucker go?
In our draft, probably 9th, 10th round, because you see we have a lot of casual players, and those casual players like to fill all their starting positions first and then work on the bench.
I never draft a kicker. I always wait.
Me too.
I'm like, let me see who I can get, and then I'll figure out who I'll drop to pick up one.
Exactly. I don't know, man. The way I've been performing, maybe I need to change up my whole draft process completely.
Draft your kicker first.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that, but maybe my defense.
There you go. There you go. Gonna draft San Francisco's defense 1.
No. Nope.
Quentin Johnston doesn't have a draft percentage.
No.
Nope.
Ooh. That's your kicker?
No, that's.
Or is that the number one wideout for Herbert?
I think that might be the number one wideout for Herbert. I feel like they got somebody. They got that Lad McConkey guy.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Who could put up big numbers. That's awesome. I'm trying to go through the list and see who is still getting like draft percentage points. Justin Fields, it's 2% drafted.
Not going to start. Right?
I wouldn't think.
They're going to run Russell out there, right?
I would assume.
Yeah, he's not going to start. I'm not drafting that guy. I mean,
They got him ranked the 208th player, and there's still 2% of the people drafted him.
I guess they're just grabbing him and waiting for that, rush ship to fall and sink. And then they have, a number one sitting there on the bench for him.
You're talking about Deontay Foreman being in Cleveland. He is ranked 231.
Yeah, he's third on the depth chart for the Browns. So
J.J. McCarthy has a 2% draft at 232. There is no fucking way.
I don't think I'm looking to draft that guy. No. I mean, we've probably given away some of the secrets, but we're talking about a lot of the middle of the road guys we're looking at.
Yeah, but I'm not. I always end up I go in with a plan, and then my plan's usually shot by like the third round because either somebody I didn't expect falls to me, or somebody I wanted early that I thought was going to be there goes.
It happens.
Even earlier, and so like we sat here and did I don't know how many drafts last year, And I don't think I ever had one that was the same.
I get it.
Look at that cat.
Yeah, it's a home run derby.
Anyway, sir.
It's a wrap for this week. There ain't much more outside the home run derby and all-star game to talk about.
No.
Yeah, getting closer and closer to football. More and more fantasy talk as we get a lot more information. Get into the preseason that starts next month.
It's just how crazy it is. The Raiders just used their first-round pick last year on a tight end, correct?
Oh, no, they did it back-to-back years, yeah.
That guy doesn't have a single percentage of being drafted.
Well, I mean, Brock Bowers is there.
I don't get it.
Why did they go that route? I don't know. Wait, was he the best on the board and that was just their game plan?
Brock Bowers is awesome.
No,
I don't know how.
I agree.
I don't know how.
That's absolutely a solid pick. I mean, we talked about the hype behind the guy before the draft and how much everybody would love to have that guy.
I don't know.
But
I mean, I know why.
In terms of a need, that shouldn't have been a need for the Raiders there.
No, not at all. Not at all.
And, it comes back to poor drafting and putting yourself in a bad position, and hence why the Raiders have not been a good football team.
Raiders have to draft him for one of those other division rivals did.
Yeah, I mean, you could see him, he slips to Kansas City or some shit.
No, Kansas City would have drafted him.
I agree, yes.
I think they would have taken him all day long.
Knowing you got just a couple more years of Kelsey left and you're just going to backfill his position immediately? Yeah.
Just go ahead. And you're not even backfilling. Hey, man, we're going to run two tight ends a lot.
Well, they would have to. I mean, who are you throwing the ball to? You got to throw it. So, and both of them actually block decently well. So
they're not afraid of contact. That is for sure.
No, that would have been a hell of a two-headed monster.
Maybe that's what Oakland's thinking. Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows how they're designing that? I'm not sure.
Kareem Hunt is still a Cleveland Brown.
Did not know that.
291. He is way down the list, sir.
Yeah, that's not one I'd be looking at. No, sir.
Yeah. Yep. I don't see any other really position players super late like that. I was just kind of going through and seeing if there was anybody that why is this person getting drafted? But I'm not really seeing that guy. So Aiden O'Connell, there you go. 316.
Huh.
Bo Nix. 313. He has 2% of the people drafted.
Well, you're saying he's going to start.
I think he is going to start.
Game 1 on the rip.
I think so.
Okay.
Pete's not afraid. I mean, if he'll start Russell Wilson, he'll have no problem starting the 12th overall pick or wherever they got Bo Nix at.
That's fine. I get it.
We'll see. Maybe they see something. Who knows? I just don't think they have a lot.
Well, we haven't got the preseason yet, so a lot to be sorted out, and that's why I said it'll be interesting to see how the ADP changes on a lot of these guys through August. And by the time we get to our draft, which will be the 24th of August.
Kadarius Toney, 314. I like it.
Talking about wasting a draft pick. You might as well draft Aguilar.
Probably ranked higher. Hunter Renfrow is ranked lower than him, though. I don't know how that's possible.
That's crazy.
When did Logan Thomas go to San Francisco?
I don't know. Maybe we could talk about this forever. Probably should.
I know we could. Probably shouldn't, though.
Not till after August. It's preseason games. That's when we'll really dive in.
Yeah. Got to keep my big mouth shut.
Yeah. I know. We're giving away all our draft secrets right now. So, That'll probably wrap this one up. Coming here in the future next week, we'll be back in and right into the second half of the baseball season. So big things for baseball is we have the trade deadline coming up.
Yep.
And then the playoff push really starts. We're about 96 games in on average for most teams. So
we will see who is going to be sellers, who's going to be buyers.
Correct. So as the Midsummer Classic wraps up, we will get started. It doesn't wrap up, but then bring the second half of the season. You got NBA free agency stuff happening. Didn't really dive into that. Not much to talk about.
Not much has really changed over the last week. Like all the big guys have already done what they're doing.
Yep. Shout out to Reed Shepard. He's doing his thing in the summer league.
Yeah.
Earning that number 3 spot for sure. And you're looking at, like I said, the transfer window over there in Europe for EPL and all the other leagues across Europe. Lots of moves. And, of course, we've already seen big moves like Mbappe going to play in Spain, and those types of things are already happening. And wheels in the motion there.
France let him get away?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he needed to play more competitive football. Playing the Liga is enough for a while. PSG just runs it. That's just they're the biggest money club over there in France. So
they're the Yankees of that.
Basically, yeah.
We got all the money.
Just buy what you want. I got it.
I still can't believe those guys turning down all that Saudi money. That's goddamn.
It's tough, but I get it. Who wants to play there? Not me.
I get it. I get it. Dude, that's a lot of money, bro.
I get it.
It would suck. It would suck a lot, but fuck.
Short period of time to earn retirement wages.
Dude, it's more than retirement. That is retirement wages for your great-great-grandchildren.
Exactly.
I mean, Jesus, dude.
It's nice.
That's enough money to build you a big Scrooge McDuck vault and throw a bunch of $1 bills out there and just swim in it all day long, bro.
I need that. He used to swim in coins, though.
Yeah, I don't see that would be very fun.
No, we saw what happened to Peter in Family Guy.
What is that? What's that comedian joke that he doesn't like to make it rain. He likes to make it hell. Oh, who is that? Oh, it'll come to me later. I'll be sitting home. Oh, it's this guy.
That guy. Oh, well. Well, with it being part of the down portion of the summer in terms of sports now, a lot of it focuses really solely on baseball going forward. Our list of best of, most of episode is on deck.
Yeah.
We'll bring that one to you just to get us by through a week or two here. So be on the lookout for that very soon. But, man, until next week, I ain't got nothing for you.
Nothing but love, brother.
Yes.
Nothing but love.
Yes, sir. Well, let's watch this home run derby as Alec Boehm comes to play. Let's go.
Post-game show is brought to you by Christ, I can't find it. The hell with it.